A very good morning to everyone. Hope you all are safe and fine at home. Happy? Not happy? Savarni, what happened? Why is in tension? Sitting like you have so much to think? Feeling sleepy? Okay. Still there are many those who are not joining the class with their videos on. Rudraj, please come back from the bridge. Garima Yadav, Arkan Ahmed, Aradhimani Tripathi, all these superheroes photos, I think it should be removed. So there are still some of you to join with your video on. Only your name is popping up here. You are not visible. Okay, let's begin with the class. In the previous session, we were discussing about habitat and adaptation of aquatic animal. Remember, we were discussing about fish. We have discussed about the characteristics of fish. Okay, now today we'll be discussing about, I've already told you that I'll not speak much, you are going to speak, and I've told you to prepare the adaptations in deserts, and I have told you to just look at or just have a view of what all things you have to study. You have to study about cactus, the plant that is adapted in the habitat, in the desert habitat, and also about camel. They have certain characteristic features which help them to survive in their particular habitat. Okay, so we'll be discussing about these two, the desert animal, camel, and cactus. Okay, so first let us revise what we have discussed in the previous session, and then we will move ahead. Okay, so last class we were discussing about the aquatic animal, and you have learned before that about the aquatic plants. So you know that there are certain special features. Now before starting with it, let me ask you whether I'm audible to everyone or not. Okay, thank you, Aradhya Singh. Okay, so we were discussing about, we have discussed about the aquatic plants, and then we have started with the aquatic animal. Okay, so you have learned about fish in the last class, and we have discussed about the 4 characteristics of the fish that helps it to survive in water. Okay, we have discussed that it has a streamlined body, that at this point also and at the other end also it is tapering. Okay, and this tapering body shape helps it in its movement in water. Okay, then you can see it has scales on its body. What is the work of the scales? The scales present on the, there are 6 participants with raised hand. Kindly put your hands down. I'll come to you as soon as I'm done with my explanation part. Okay, so these scales which are present on the body of the fish helps or protects the internal organs of the fish. Okay, then we have discussed that the fish has flat fins and tail. And what is the work of this fin and tail? It helps the fish to change the direction while it is swimming. And there is presence of gills, as you have seen here. As you can see here, just below the eyes, there is a part or there is an organ which is called as gill. And what is the work of this gill? This gill helps the fish to use oxygen that is dissolved in water. So this is helpful in the exchange of gases, and this is how the fish survives in water. Okay, so you can see there's a question, how can they breathe underwater? So the answer to this question is fishes have gills which help them to get oxygen from water. Okay, and this is how they breathe. Okay, why do the fishes have fins? The fishes have fins to help them swim. And why do they have scales? They have scales to protect the internal organs. Okay, now today we are going to discuss about the adaptations in deserts. Okay, now as you know, many of you are aware of it, and maybe sometimes some of you have visited such places. Okay, that desert climate is dry and hot during the daytime, but it is cold at night. This is one special character of the deserts. What is that character? What is that special feature? The special feature is that during the daytime, it is very hot. It is dry as well as hot, but the night is cool enough. Okay, and there is excessive shortage of water in the desert. Shortage of water means there is scarcity or there is a lack of water. बहुत ज़्यादा पानी available नहीं होता है. Okay, because of this, both the plants as well as the animals are scarce and specially modified to survive in such adverse environmental conditions. Okay, it's very true about the deserts that there are very less numbers of plants as well as the animals. Why? Because there is a scarcity of water, and because of the scarcity of water or the less amount of water, the plants and animals are not able to survive. The environmental conditions are adverse. It's very difficult to cope up with the hot the temperature during the daytime and to survive in that particular climate. Okay, so this environmental condition or the climate that persists in the deserts is called as xeric climate. What it is called? It is called as xeric climate. So what is xeric climate? The climate where there is scarcity of water, the environmental conditions are adverse. Okay, so in this condition also, there are certain animals and the plants which are able to cope up. Okay, they are able to survive. Okay, so these living organisms like cactus and camels have adapted to live in these environmental conditions in the xeric climate. Okay, they have special characteristic features present in their body which help them to survive in that particular condition. Okay, so let's discuss about camel first. Okay, let's see what all characteristics are present in a camel which helps it to survive in that particular area. Okay, so here you can see that it's written camel has long legs to keep the body away from the hot sand. Okay, as you know, in the desert area the soil is very dry and it gets heated up due to the heat of the sun. Okay, so the camels have this special feature that their legs are long enough. Okay, and these long legs keeps the body of the camel. You can see here this part of the body of the camel, it is far away, a bit far away from the sand. Okay, so this is how it protects its body from the hot sand. Other than that, it has the presence of hump. Okay, you can see over that on the top of the body of the camel, there is presence of hump. What is it specially for? It is to store food. Okay, it is, this hump is actually the storehouse of food in the form of fat. And also the camels can store water in its body. Okay, so these are the few special characteristics which this desert animal possess. Okay, and because of this, it is able to survive in the xeric climate. Okay, now let's see its special characteristics one by one. The first adaptation in the camels is the 2 rows of long eyelashes. Okay, you can just see the camel has 2 rows. This part shows 1 row, and on the top it has the other row of eyelashes. Okay, so the camel has 2 rows of long eyelashes. Now, why is it so? Why is it that we have 1 eyelash, okay, on the top and at the bottom? Means when the eye closes, you can see there are 2 layers. It is two, our eyes have that 1 pair. Okay, you can say that is in the form of 1 pair. But when we talk about in camels it is showing that it has this 1 layer. We have only 1 layer, but in camels you can see it is this 1 layer, and this is the 2nd layer on the top also and below also. So it has 2 rows of long eyelashes. And what is the work of this long eyelashes? The long eyelashes protect against the blowing sand and the sun. Okay, how it is protecting from the blowing sand? As you might have ever experienced that when the wind blows at a very high speed, the soil particles also are carried away with the sand, with the air, with the wind. Okay, and if you are standing out, or if you are out of your house, there is chance that those sand particles will go into your eyes. So what do? We close our eyes during that time. Okay, so just imagine the condition of camel where it is throughout in the sandy area, and it is hot and dry during the daytime. So definitely if the wind is blowing, there are chances that these sand particles will be coming into the eyes. All right, so because of that, to protect the eyes from the blowing sand and also from the sun's rays, the camel has 2 rows of long eyelashes. Okay, this is how when this blowing sand or the sun's rays are coming coming over the eyes, it is able to close it. Okay, so this is a special feature present in the camels. Okay, to stop the sand entering into the eyes. Then we have discussed that the camels have hump present on their body, and this hump is actually the fat storehouse. Food in the form of fat is stored in the hump. Okay, you can see this part of the body is the hump, this protruded part. Okay, just on the top is the hump, and this hump is the storehouse of the food in the form of fat. Okay, now what is the work of this hump or the fat that is stored in the hump? It helps the camel to survive long periods without food, as these camels are used for carrying the load from one place to another. Okay, so when they are moving in the desert, the distance is far, so they have to walk long period of time. Okay, and on the way they do not get food as here in our areas, these animals can get the grass and the other plants and all the food item which they can eat and survive. Okay, but when we go to the desert area, the area is not such that it will have plenty of water or plants in the surrounding. Okay, why it is not like that? Because the climatic conditions are not appropriate, because of which the plants and animals are scarce. Okay, this is the reason these animals have to walk a long period of time while they are carrying the load from one place to another. Okay, and during that time when they are not getting the food, it is this food which is stored in the hump as fat is utilized by the camel for getting energy. Okay, so this fat in the form, the food in the form of fat is helping the camel to survive long period of time without food. Okay, so this is another special characteristic of the camel. Then another special character of the camel is it has well padded wide feet. You can see here it has this is the bottom portion of the feet, and this is the upper portion. Okay, so this lower portion is padded. ये cushion की तरह होता है. It is padded. Okay, and why is it padded? The pads spread out when the camel places its feet on the ground, and thus preventing the camel from sinking in the sand. If you have ever experienced, when we keep our foot on the sand, what happens? It sinks, it moves downwards. So just imagine when this camel is continuously moving in an area where there is only sand all around, definitely there is chance that the camel's leg may sink into the sand. Okay, but this camel has this special feature. This is an adaptation in the camels, that its feet is well padded, and this prevents the camel from sinking into the sand. Okay, so this is another special feature which helps the camel to survive in deserts. Then another special character is the thick leathery patches on the knees. Okay, now let's see that. You can see here, this is the knee portion of the camel, and it is somewhat leathery. It's a bit hard. Why is it so? This is another adaptation, a special feature found in the camels. Why is it like this? The reason is to protect the camel from getting burnt when it kneels down on the foot on the hot desert sand. Okay, while walking, when the camel get tired, what happens? It is supposed to sit at some place. Okay, so the desert sand is hot enough, so to sit over any place, it has to bend and then sit. It cannot straight away sit like we sit. We also, when we sit, we bend our knees. Okay, so definitely these camels, when they need to sit at a place, they are bending their knees, and the knees, that portion goes to the hot sand. Okay, so there is presence of patches, and this patch present on the knee prevents or protects it from getting burnt when it is kneeling down on the hot desert sand. Okay, then another special feature, as we have discussed in the beginning also, is the long strong legs. Okay, the long and strong legs helps the camel to carry heavy loads over long distances. Okay, as we have discussed, the camel has to walk long distances, so definitely it needs its legs to be strong enough, and also it needs energy Okay, so the legs of the camels are very strong, and also it is long. Why it is long? So that its body is away from the hot sand. Okay, so this is another adaptation found in the desert animal camel. Okay, the long strong legs which helps it to carry heavy loads over long distances, and also this long legs keeps the body farther away from the hot sand. Okay, you can just see here the camel is visible and it has long legs. Okay, why is these legs long? These legs are long so that its body can be away from the sand, hot sand. Okay, so we have discussed about some special characteristics of the desert animal, and this animal camel, it has many special characteristics. Okay, so let's see, let's revise what are the special characteristics. The special characteristics is it has 2 rows of eyelashes. Why is it so? So that the blowing sand and the sun's rays, it can be prevented from moving inside. Okay, then the nostrils, one more thing that I need to tell is the nostrils of the camel, it can be closed. There also there is a modification. Okay, in sandy areas, definitely when the wind is blowing, there is chance that the sand particles can move inside the nose also. So the nostrils of the camels, there is a special characteristic that when the wind is blowing at a high speed, this camel has the camel can close its nostril. Okay, why it can close its nostril? So that the sand particles doesn't go into its body. Okay, then we have discussed that it has long legs. What is the use of long legs? The long legs keeps the body away from the hot sand, and also the legs are strong enough. Why they are strong? So that it can cover longer distances. Then the knee of the camel has leathery patches. Why these leathery patches are present? So that when it kneels down to sit, it can prevent from the hot sand. Then the feet is broad, flat, and it has leathery pads. Why is it like that? So that the camels, when they are moving into the sand, when they are walking on the sand, they do not sink into the sand. Then there is presence of hump. What is the work of hump? Hump stores the food in the form of fat, and this fat is used for providing energy when the camel moves for longer distances. Okay, one more thing that I need to tell you is in the sandy area, the nights are cool enough. Okay, during the day, it's very, very hot. All right. Then another important character about the camel is it can store water also. Okay, it's not that it can store food only, but it can also store water. And do you know how much of water can be stored by its body? The animal can drink over 40 liters of water at a time. Can we drink 40 liters of water? No, even 1 liter of water, if we take, that seems to be like it's too much and we are going to puke it off. Okay, it seems like that. But just imagine about this camel. It has this special feature. This is an adaptation in camels to survive in its habitat, that they can have around over 40 liters of water, and this water can be stored for later use. It's not that it will need water after every half kilometer or 1 kilometer when it is covered, like we need water when we walk a little. Okay, likewise the camels don't get water because there is scarcity of water. Okay, and also they cannot carry water bottles. Okay, like we carry water bottles when we are thirsty, or when we get thirsty, or when we thirsty, when we go to some place, we carry water bottle with us. If we will feel thirsty, then we will have water. So the same way the camels cannot do, but their body is designed in such a way that they can store a lot of water. Okay, they can store around 40 liters of water, and this water can be used up when required. Okay, then you can see here the lips of the camel, they are thick enough. Okay, the lips of the camel, they are thick enough. Why is it thick enough? Because when they move, and sometimes when they get hungry, they depend on the desert plants. And when we'll discuss about the desert plants, we will come to know that in the deserts, the plants which grow there, the leaves, they get modified into spines. So definitely maximum of the plants which are growing in the desert area, they are prickly, वो कटीले होते हैं. Okay, like cactus. Okay, so the lips of the camels are thick enough that they can eat that prickly plant also. Okay, वो कटीले plants को भी खा सकते हैं, इसलिए उनके जो lips होते हैं वो इतने मोटे होते हैं. Okay, and they will not get hurt. Okay, otherwise if the lips are thin, definitely these pricklies present, the spines which are present, it may hurt it. All right, so this is also another adaptation found in the camels to survive in deserts. Okay, so this is all about the camel. Now let's discuss about some more animals which we find in the deserts. And these animals are like rats and snakes. Okay, so these animals, right, like rats and also these snakes, they do not have long legs like camel. Okay, so what do? These rats and snakes, they stay in the burrows deep under the sand. Okay, so that, why do they remain under the soil, under the sand? So that it can keep its body away from the intense heat during the daytime. These animals, they come out of the burrows only during the night time when it is cool. All right, so there are, you have seen that different kinds of animals are also present, but the number is comparatively less. Okay, only those which are adapted to survive in such conditions are able to be there, are able to survive in that desert area. Okay, now let's discuss about adaptations, plant adaptations in deserts. Okay, so the very common plant which we find in the desert area is cactus. And the plural of cactus, cactus is the singular. And cacti is the plural form for the word. Okay, so sometimes we say cactus only, sometimes many of us say cacti. Okay, so the cactus, it grows in the desert area. Okay, the plant, this cactus plant, it is a desert plant, and we call this plant as xerophytes. What do we call it? We call it as xerophytes. Why do we call it xerophytes? Because these plants are able to survive in xeric climate. Xeric climate is the climate where there is a scarcity of water, and also the daytime is very hot. So such type of climate is called as xeric climate, and these plants are able to survive in the xeric climate, in the xeric adaptation. That is why we call these plants as xerophytes. Okay. Now, since the desert plants live in extremely dry climate, they show certain adaptations to conserve water as well as water. And not only they conserve water, they also prevent the loss of water. One thing, these plants, they have the ability, they have the characteristic that they store water. And also if there is any chance of losing that water, that is also prevented. So this is the special characteristic present in the desert plants. Okay. So this desert plant cactus has certain characteristics which helps it to survive in that particular condition. Okay, so you can see here the two species, the two varieties of cactus plant is shown in the module, and in both the plants, if you observe it carefully, you can see there is presence of prickly, there is presence of spines. It's like we can say in Hindi, ye katile hai. Okay, and definitely if camel wants to eat them, if the lips are thin, what will happen? These spines will move into the lips, it will hurt the camel, and this is the reason the camel has thick lips. Okay, so you see the plants are called as xerophytes. They are able to grow in the xerophytic condition, the xeric climate. Okay, and you can see all around, if you observe the module carefully, you can see the number of plants is comparatively less than the when we go out in our area. Okay, so why is it so? Why the plants are less, or why the animals are less? The reason is there is a scarcity of water, and also the daytime is very hot. Okay, and also the sand becomes too hot for these animals and plants to survive. Okay, so you see here in the cactus, the leaves are reduced to spines. Okay, the leaves are reduced to spines. And why are these leaves reduced to spines? What is the reason? The reason is it helps to reduce water loss. Okay, as you know, you have studied the extra water that is taken up by the plants, it is lost away, it is given out in the by the process of, or through the process of transpiration. Okay, the extra water is lost from the body of the plant through transpiration. Okay, but here in the desert area, as you know, there is a scarcity of water, or there is very less amount of water available for the plants as well as animals. So therefore there is an adaptation in these plants. And what is that special feature? The special feature is the leaves of the plant, they get reduced to spines. जो पत्ते होते हैं वो कांटे में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. Okay, and when it is converted to spines, what will happen? There will be reduced loss of water through the process of transpiration. Other than this, you can see the stem is green and spongy. Okay, you can see in this module, this is the stem of the plant. Okay, this yellow portion, it is showing the spines, and this green part of the plant is showing the stem. So you see the stem is green and spongy. Why it is green and spongy? The sponginess is because it stores water, and this stem is helping in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, you have studied that in plants it is the leaves which help in the process of photosynthesis for manufacturing the food. Okay, but here you see in case of cactus plant, because the leaves are modified into spines, so it will not be able to perform its work. Okay, so this is the special modification seen, this is the special adaptation seen in the cactus, that the stem acts as leaves and it performs the process of, it works for the process of photosynthesis to be carried out in the plants. Okay, you can clearly see here how the spines have arisen from the stem. Okay, so this spine which is arising from the stem is actually the leaf which is modified into spine. Okay, and this special modification is just to survive in its habitat. Okay, so you see the stem is flat and spongy and succulent. Succulent means it is juicy and spongy. Okay, because it is storing water in it, storing water as well as food in it. Okay, the leaves are reduced to spines, and also the plant body has waxy coating. The stems have waxy coating. Why do they have waxy coating? Can anybody tell me? Okay, Shivansh Singh is going to answer to my question. Why these stems are having waxy coating?
Ma'am, I want to ask anything.
No. I just want right now the question which I have asked. I want answer to that question. Your question time, I'll give time for that.
Ma'am, meaning of waxy coating.
No meaning of waxy coating. I am asking why do they have waxy coating? What is the reason? We have already discussed about. I've used this term of waxy coating in the previous class also. If you remember, when we were discussing about the aquatic plants, we have discussed that Eichhornia has waxy coating, the circular broad leaves. It has waxy coating. But there the reason was something else. There the reason was, okay, Shivansh is not going to answer. I'll only tell the answer. In aquatic plants, you have learned the leaves have waxy coating so that they do not get decayed because they are continuously exposed to water. Okay, Shreyansh Gupta is going to answer to my question. Yes? Okay.
And waxy coating keeps water inside the cactus.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much, Shreyansh. The waxy coating, it prevents the loss of water for these plants. Okay, agar ye waxy coating nahi hogi and sun heat is approaching these stems, what will happen? Water that is present inside will get evaporated. Okay, so these stems also have a waxy coating which prevents the loss of water, or you can say it reduces the loss of water. In desert area, the plants need more of water, but they are not able to get more of water because there is a scarcity of water. Wahan pe pani ki kami hoti hai. And this is the reason most of their body parts are modified. They are adapted with special characteristics so that they can survive in that particular condition. Okay, and also you can see over here that the roots of these plants are widespread. वो फैले हुए होते हैं. Okay, and they can penetrate deep into the soil. वो soil के बहुत अंदर तक जा सकते हैं. Why? So that it can collect water from large area. Okay, if just imagine the roots of the cactus plant, it penetrates only to a smaller distance. If the roots are like this, will it be able to get water from large area? No. So the modification is seen in the roots also. What is that modification? The roots are वाइड स्प्रेड, वो फैले हुए होते हैं, so that they can collect water from large area. Already there is very less of water, okay, so when there is less amount of water available, so jitna bhi unhe water mil sakta hai, they will collect it from different places, and this collection can only be done when the roots are widespread, jab wo phaile hue ho. Okay, then so these are the few characteristics of the cactus, the desert plants. Okay, you see the first character we have discussed is needles instead of leaves, reducing the surface area in contact with the air, so there is minimized loss of water by transpiration. Okay, so there is present needles instead of leaves means spines. Okay, kaante. So these spines are present all over the stem, and this is a modification of the leaf. Okay, leaves gets modified into spines, and this reduces the loss of water, or this minimizes means reduces the loss of water by transpiration. Then second character we have discussed is the leaves have thick waxy coating. Why do they have thick waxy coating? So that there is reduced or no loss of water. Okay, then there is large network of roots. Why do they have large network of roots, or why the roots are widespread in the sand? So that it can collect water from large area, and also the stem has the capacity to store water, and this water can be used up for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so with this we have completed the explanation part for the desert animal and the plant. Okay, hope you have understood about the xeric adaptation or xeric habitat. Anune Oja, you are busy eating something. This is not your breakfast time. Shreyansh Gupta.
And where does camel store water?
Pardon?
And where does camel stores water? And where does stores water?
Camel stores water in its body.
And camel stores food in its hump. And where it stores water?
In its body.
And where?
Wait. This is the part of the body which stores food, okay, in the form of fat, and in its complete body, it stores water. Okay.
Complete body.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
As soon as I give answer to your questions, just ask to just lower your hand, okay? Nitya Patel.
Good morning, ma'am.
In
Miss, what is meaning of burrows?
burrows.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever seen a rat in your house? तो छोटे छोटे छेद बनाते हैं, होल बनाते हैं. Have you
Yes,
seen
ma'am.
rat?
Yes, ma'am.
Seen, no? तो वो छोटे छोटे होल्स बनाते हैं और उसी में वो रहते हैं, and they come out of that only. That is the place where they live. Like that only. In the sandy areas, these rats and snakes, they make burrows. Okay, छोटे छोटे holes बनाते हैं, and they live in that. During the daytime, they remain inside, and at night they come out in search of food.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Aradhya Singh.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, my question was that do cactus is having flowers? Means how it is getting?
Yes,
Then Miss,
cactus
how it
can
is
bear flowers.
Miss, how it is pollinated then?
There are different ways for getting pollinated. Okay. Right now, we are not going to discuss about pollination in cactus. What is required that we have discussed. Okay. Pollination in flowering plants, we have already discussed. Okay. But in some of the plants, there are different ways for pollination or fertilization. Okay. All the ways you are not going to learn in the same class. Okay. So as you grow, you will come to know many other things. Okay. Please mute yourself. Yati Singh.
Miss, my voice is coming. Miss,
Yes.
I want to ask that Miss, near adaptation and deserts it is written as no more. The plants living in deserts are called xerophytes written in the language sentence.
What is written?
Plants living in deserts are called xerophytes.
Yes, I have told that plants like cactus, I have written on the board also few minutes back that they are called as xerophytes. Why they are called as xerophytes? Because they are able to grow in xerophytic condition. What is that xerophytic condition? Scarcity of water, pani ki kami, a lot of heat during the daytime, and adverse environmental factors. Okay. So with this, I end up today's session. Hope you have understood about the cactus and camel. Okay. Rest of you, you can clear your doubts in the next session. Okay. Or when we will have the revision time. God bless you.